First time, don't do it ever, right? Nope, do it. All right, 305.
305. Mr. Worldwide. Are we live?
Yep.
We're live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 305 on the freaking blast.
It's Pitbull episode.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. We got a short house here today. Big Mike is not with us here. He is doing his American tax duties today. He has got jury duty.
He's doing his jury duty.
Well, technically, it's part of taxes. We pay the government to run our industrial system.
Industrial?
Industrial system?
Industrial.
I'll give it to you.
Judicial?
Judicial.
Closer. Same difference.
Have you guys ever served jury duty?
Knock
Yes.
on wood,
Yeah?
I've never served.
I've never been on the panel, but I have been there,
Yeah.
and I've done that, and I have walked away. Let's
Yeah.
just say
You big
that
nicked him.
I literally big nicked them.
What'd you do?
Well, so quick thing, I won't say what it is, 'cause I know confidentiality. So all I did was when they were talking, asking questions about, long comprehension, a lot of facts, a lot of this, I just kept raising my hand like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, number 7 or whatever the fuck my number was then, come on down. And, for keeping me there for 5 hours, it should have at least given me the number 69. I was there for fucking 5 hours. I got there at 8 in the morning. I didn't leave until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. You sit in this room, you watch this dumbass video about how to be a juror and what it takes to be a juror in our society. And I told them, I said, yeah, I have a hard time understanding lots of facts and everything like that, and that's the polite way that I'll put it. And they said, okay, you're good to go.
There you go.
See you later.
Smell ya.
Smell you.
And the thing is, I wasn't lying. It's the truth.
There you go.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten a call back since.
You're off the
Hopefully
list.
Hopefully it stays that way. I would say after that, I'm off the list. Which I'm fine with.
Big Nick, this is what we got coming out today. You didn't read
shit.
this.
Yeah, my bad. Got caught up in the fucking judicial system. All right. All right. So today, what's already out on Spotify, apple, oranges, bananas, pineapple, wherever you get your podcasts from. Got who's going to buy this? Sorry, I was thinking about what's going on, buddy. I saw it going. I was like, okay. Who's going to buy this is already out on a podcast. Go ahead and check that shit out. Obviously, this is going to be out. We'll be home by then, or some of us will be close to being home by then, or stuck in traffic, or at the car wash. Car wash.
5 o'clock is usually car wash.
Car wash time.
Did you get your car fixed?
I did get it fixed.
Yeah?
I did get it fixed. Motherfuckers fixed the car.
That's good.
So, and we got a snack time coming out, the Taste Great Part 2 with our long be-welded friend who has decided to move on from us, RBK, part of his farewell tour.
Yep.
So,
Last video.
R.I.P. to RBK. No, he did not die. It's just R.I.P. to Lumberland. So,
Hey, that was a good taste grade, by the way.
Oh,
was a good
they're all
taste
great. I'm a big fan of taste
grades
grades.
are amazing.
Yeah.
good shit.
Keep sending us more.
And before we also go on, just want to remind everyone, today is the last day you'll be watching this on YouTube at 5 p.m. If you are watching this right now on YouTube, go subscribe to this as a podcast. We will be making the push for this as a podcast. We're on all podcast platforms. But if you do want to watch us, watch our pretty little faces, you can still do that. You still have the opportunity to do that. Hey, you're beautiful, Nick.
Thank you.
Every morning, we will still be doing this show live at 8 a.m. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can I watch this show live at 8 a.m. every morning? Well, I'll tell you. You can subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Lumberland. Go subscribe there. We have 2 tiers. At the bottom tier, you'll be able to watch this podcast live every morning still. Be able to ask us questions. We're bringing back viewer questions every day. So if you have some questions, you can ask us questions. We'll be interacting a lot more with the comments. So go subscribe to our Patreon. We have 2 tiers. The bottom tier, you will get this podcast as well, the $5 tier. But if you want more exclusive content, such as an extra mugshots clip, which I cut up yesterday, and that's out there already, you can watch that. We have a new podcast that will be exclusive to Patreon. Joey's cutting that up. That should be up today or tomorrow. Or maybe it's already up. I don't know. I haven't asked him.
Busy having rotten milk.
Yeah, too many having rotten milk. That was gross. that's going to be on Mugshots this week. And then there'll be more exclusive content coming out there. We have a poster you can get if you want. We have raw footage, behind the scenes footage, more stuff like that coming out onto our Patreon. So go subscribe to our Patreon if you want to watch this live every morning. But if you don't want to watch this live, you don't want to pay for it, it's still free. We're not trying to squeeze you guys for money. We're doing this for other reasons, for part of our YouTube strategy pivot. So make sure to subscribe as a podcast if you want to do that as well. All podcast platforms, in the pit, everywhere you look, will be there. And that's that.
Boom.
I am glad you do that because I will not be doing that.
Yes.
Yo, you can take that over.
I gotcha.
I'll stick to my cheat sheet over here.
Yep.
Thanks, Johnny.
You got it.
All right. Without further ado, let's talk about some Monday Night Football.
Ugh.
What a disgusting game.
I knew it was going to be a disgusting game. It was high scoring, more than I thought.
Oh, it went way over the 39.
Way over.
Good thing Mike's not here. You probably lost some money.
Oh, I lost money. I'll be Big Mike today. I fucking hate my life. Ugh. Why do I gamble?
I literally hate football. Dude.
I can't stop betting. I can't stop betting. Oh my god, why do I do this? Why do I do this? Yeah, no, I took the Bears covering and the under. One of those hit.
I was going to say, the Bears covering? You took care of that?
Yeah, I got that, but didn't hit the other one.
Parlay?
Yeah, I did parlay. I should stop doing parlays. But yeah, so Justin Fields, I didn't watch the game. His stats aren't bad. Did you watch the game?
Nah, I watched a couple of the highlights. The first half was
Awful.
They said Ben Roethlisberger and Justin Fields had
saw this.
63 yards passing at half. Justin Fields had a 25 passer rating, and Ben had like 105 passer rating.
Yeah.
He's done.
Oh, yeah, he's cooked. I mean, last night he 21 for 30, 205 yards, average of 6.8 yards per completion, per attempt, 2 touchdowns. They won, 47.8 QBR. But yeah, I mean, he's not good. I will say though, Pat Fairmouth, Fairmouth, I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
The tight end.
Started him in fantasy this week. You know how much I want to beat John by in fantasy this week? 0.14. I beat John by 0.14 in fantasy this week. That's not even that's like 2 yards of a receiver. That's how much I beat him by.
Hey, a win's a win, man.
It's a win.
Believe me, a win's a fucking win.
Yeah, you're on a 4-game winning streak.
On a 4-game winning streak, beat that piece of shit. Pussy motherfucker upstairs. Casey. Fuck him. Glad I beat his ass.
I'm on a 2-game streak. You know, playing Kevin this week should be an easy win.
Oh.
So I'm playing you this week.
You should be an easy win.
It should be an easy win. What?
Back to fight.
Yeah, you got a new quarterback. Yeah, so, gonna rip off a win streak of 6, gonna make the playoffs, and then be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs.
So what's the Steelers' record now? 5 and
So they're 5-3.
5-3.
Are the Steelers a playoff team?
I mean, I guess by definition they are, right?
Yeah, I mean they got a good enough defense.
They do have a solid defense. I mean, they're gonna have to play low-scoring games, but man,
I mean, TJ Watt's a fucking stud. Absolute.
he is a stud. The AFC is so stupid. They're like no, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm not a fan of the AFC this year.
Weak for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
Is it
just
weak or everyone good?
I think there are flaws with every team in the AFC.
Yeah.
There are things you could point to and say like this is not a perfect team. NFC is a lot different because the NFC you got the Rams who are close to a perfect team, Cardinals are close to a perfect team, Bucks close to a perfect team. Packers, they have holes on defense, but their offense still very good. So like, there's the talents in the AFC and the NFC. I mean, and you can tell that. But yeah, Justin Fields last night, he was okay. I don't know what to make. I mean, the rookie quarterbacks this year have been interesting. I think there's only been one clear-cut good rookie quarterback so far.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, baby.
I mean, he's in solid. He's a game manager. I think it just seems like he's been put in the best situation, obviously.
Yeah.
Where he's been put
Also
in...
got the best coaching staff.
Exactly.
And it's not even fucking close.
He's been put in a situation where they've built an offense where he doesn't need to be the guy. Even though it's not a great offense, like you don't have that many weapons. The way, like you guys kept complaining, oh, they keep doing all these dink plays, these little soft plays. You know, they're not trying to throw them down deep. But that's by design. That's obviously by design because you want to put them in the best situation to succeed. And by not, with a rookie quarterback, taking things easy is the perfect way to do it. If you look at how Trevor Lawrence is playing, he's trying to make a lot of these do or die plays. Justin Fields having to scramble out of the pocket every other play. You know, that's not conducive to a good environment for a rookie quarterback. Credit where credit's due. The Patriots have put Mac Jones in a very good situation. So that's
At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to coaching.
Yep.
That's why Bill is Skylight's universe way better than everybody else.
So, do you think that? What about Trey Lance? Do you think he's gonna start getting the starts?
I think by next. I don't think this year. I think this year they're gonna let out Garoppolo.
He's going to start something.
Jimmy
next year.
Garoppolo is trash.
He is trash, but they have him under contract for the rest of the year. I don't think Lance is ready yet. I mean, that's my whole thing with if you draft Trey Lance, you're drafting a guy for next year, because he's didn't play last year. He's played 1-2 seasons at a D3 school in his football career since high school. And that's not that great of a track record. He's very raw, a lot of raw talent. So I wouldn't start Lance yet. I mean, we've seen the issues with Lance so far. He's not polished. He can't do too much yet. The skills are there, the tools are there, but you got to let a guy like that sit. I mean, for a little bit. Not everyone can come out and play quarterback in the NFL in the first season.
Kyle Shanahan's job depends on Trey Lance's success.
Exactly. So I wouldn't start Trey Lance this year. I don't think it's a wise decision to, especially since you're not really contending.
Yeah. It might be the biggest disappointment.
That's what the football team is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, no, they suck.
The Eagles are pretty bad right now, man.
But they were supposed to be bad. Except for you. Everyone knew that except for you. Yeah. I was saying it.
Hey, they almost beat the Chargers.
Well, at least my organization
So did we.
isn't rid
No.
of a scandal.
No, you're right. No, the football team organization is disgusting. I hate them. I really do hate the team. I've always hated the team. And I started believing in them this year for some dumb fucking reason. And I'm just done with it. And it blew in my face. It always does. This team will always be the same. And there's just no point. There really is no point in being a
There's
football.
no way in hell they can get him out of there, right?
No, he got more power. He got more power this offseason, Snyder. He got more. He owns the whole team now. He used to own 50%. Then the other owners were like, either you leave or we leave. And then the NFL's like, fine, you guys leave. And like, okay. So then Snyder bought them all out of their shares, and now he owns the whole team.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fucked.
Like, how is the result of all
You had
the
a chance
scandals?
before, now you have nothing.
Yeah. How is the outcome of all these scandals, all these investigations, the fact that the outcome is the owner gets more power?
He's gonna
He's got to have dirt on everyone.
have dirt on Goodell.
Like, we're seeing this now. I mean, the Suns owner is in a lot of hot water because he's kind of a racist.
And
Kind of a racist.
The
And
Trailblazers.
Yeah. Kind of a racist, yeah.
Hard.
He's a big racist. Yeah. And so he'll probably get forced out of ownership. You know, the NBA is
It
different.
seems like they're moving though as aggressively as they did with the Sterling.
Yeah, well, the Sterling thing was really awful. I mean, there was a great 30 for 30 podcast on the Sterling thing. I highly recommend listening to it, where they just talk to the players and everything and about the whole situation. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, no, he'll probably get forced out. But like, why can't the NFL do that for a guy who's allowed sexual assaults to happen in his organization?
I bet you Goodell was part of it. That's
Might
what
be.
I'm saying. I bet you Goodell was there too.
You're not-
Again, I'm not comparing apples to apples here, but it's the same reason why Jerry. Again, believe what you want to believe with the whole Epstein thing. It's the same thing. Why did he get away with what he got away with all those girls for all those years?
Mm-hmm.
It's because he had dirt on everybody, and he was about to come out and tell everybody. That's why he is DEA gay.
Glad you spelled that word right.
I think so too. Yeah, but yeah, I'm over the football team.
Conspiracy, killed him, hung himself. Believe what you want. I'm telling you, if he was still here, a lot of people would be going down right now.
Well, yeah, I heard there's like rumors that John Gruden was going to sue the NFL because out of the 600,000 plus emails in that whole investigation.
His was the one that came up.
Yeah, the NFL only leaked his.
Which is bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm not saying what Gruden did was right by any means, because it wasn't. But that's bullshit. He's the only guy going down.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mark Davis wanted him out, and they kind of collaborated.
Sports nuts? That's a
Ooh,
sports nuts.
that is a sports nuts conversation. We have no evidence, but we can still ask the question.
It's a conspiracy. Not all conspiracies have evidence.
It's true. Anyway,
All right.
You guys good with Monday Night Football?
yeah, I'm
Moving
done with
on.
football.
All right.
We talked a lot of
Done
football
with
yesterday.
dance night.
All right, we're going to talk about some MLB awards, free agency, etc.
They got a lot of MLB
update.
stuff happening right now. So, so yesterday they announced the award finalists for MLB awards. I'll just run through real quickly who was nominated for each award. I have it on my phone, actually, so I'll pull it up. For NL MVP,
This is just the finals, right?
this is the finalist. No, that's in a few weeks. All right, here we got. So, NL Cy Young finalists, we got Corbin Burns, Max Scherzer, and Zach Wheeler.
Wow, far cry from Jacob DeGrom.
Well, yeah, I got you miss half a year.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
Those people should have taken the money when
Yep.
they had
Yes, they should have.
100%.
I mean, DeGrom.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
But yeah, so who do you think for those three? Who would you choose for Corbin Burns, Zach Wheeler, Max Scherzer?
I'd say either Burns or Scherzer. I mean, Burns
Scherzer,
had a
probably.
So Scherzer had his two really bad last starts of the season. I think that might derail his chance. I think Burns wins it. I don't know. I think the voters want to give it to Scherzer. I think they really do. So I think he'll win it. But I'm split on this one.
Scherzer's gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's the whole CC Sabathia thing. Back when he won it, he had a really bad postseason.
Well, they vote before the postseason.
I know, and that's
You're
why he won it.
supposed to, but do they actually?
Yeah, they vote the last game of the after the last.
No, what I'm saying is, like, the writers, I mean, that's by definition, but you don't think some of them in the back of their mind are like, I'm not going to vote for you because you suck in the postseason.
So they actually place the vote at the end of the season.
Gotcha.
So the votes have been in for a month already, just so that they avoid
So how come they don't
recency
just,
bias.
they just wait until after the season's over to announce everything?
Yep. Yeah, make more news that way. So I think Scherzer will win, which will be fun. I love Max Scherzer. 4-time Cy Young Award, Max Scherzer. That'd be great. Inner circle guy. I think he's.
The guy's going to get another good contract, so good for him.
I wonder what his contract will look like. We'll talk about that a little bit when we do MLB free agency stuff. I wonder what kind of contract he gets, because I'm sure I think it'll be a short years but a high value, like a 4/120, something like that.
A lot of fucking years for him. I think.
Yeah, I mean he's still playing at top potential right now, top game.
A lot of miles on that arm, too.
Yeah, but he wins the Cy Young this year. Injuries have never been a problem for him in his career. Like, he's slowing. They've had a little bit of more injuries lately, but nothing huge. Like, he's never had to miss significant time with an injury. I don't know. I think he'll get 4-1, like something like that. All right, so NL AL Cy Young. We got Garrett Cole, Lance Lynn. That was a surprise, and Robbie Ray. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm surprised Lance Lynn ended up making it.
Cole, but damn, like I said, man, these guys don't have really good postseasons usually that win the Cy Young.
Yeah.
It's a regular season stat.
Yeah.
That's right. Which, in my opinion, well, I guess you have to do it that way
Because like not everyone makes their postseason. Yeah.
It's the only reason why they
Well, same argument happens all the time in the NBA. With the MVP award, people compare it to the postseason.
Yeah, that's the problem with doing the awards after the season's over.
Yeah.
It's like people just have the recency bias of like when Giannis won his MVP right after getting bumped from the playoffs. People were like, "Oh, he shouldn't have won it," but he had like statistically one of the greatest seasons of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, it should really be done before playoff season start.
Yeah.
Everything should be done.
Well, the thing is, though, like they like to, it's more story to talk about it now than it is right when the playoffs are starting because you already have everyone's attention when the playoffs are happening. I like how the NFL does it when they do like a full award ceremony, like the NFL honors, and they have like like an event type thing for it, like the week before the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's fun.
They gotta keep themselves entertained during the week of the Super Bowl.
Yep. All right, next we'll talk Rookie of the Year. In the AL,
Rookies.
we got Randy Arozarena, Wander Franco, and Luis Garcia.
Guys on the race.
It should be
Yeah.
co-MVP or co-rookie.
Co-rookie. I mean, all three of those guys were fantastic this year. I think it's going to be Franco.
I agree.
Franco's just done things that no other.
Guys are fucking.
He's so good, man. He is so goddamn
They're
good.
so gonna be nasty for years.
What was the
they're
on
not
base
gonna give
record
it
he
away.
did for consecutive
He
games?
had most consecutive games on base of a player of his age, I think was the thing.
Yeah.
Like 35 consecutive games.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Franco gets it. And then the NL, we got Dylan Carlson, Jonathan India, and Trevor Rogers. I think that's going to India. India had a phenomenal year this year. Jonathan India,
Yeah, Florida dude.
he was nasty for the Reds. That's my prediction. India will get it. Manager of the year, AL, we have Dusty Baker, Kevin Cash, and Scott Service.
Dusty Baker, hands
Dusty's
down.
gonna get it.
Oh, I love that. Go Dusty. I love Dusty Baker.
I think he's gonna get it too.
Yeah, probably. And then the NL Manager of the Year, we got Craig Counsell, Gabe Kapler, and Mike Schilt.
I think you're gonna give it to Gabe Kapler.
Yeah, definitely Kapler, 100%.
The Giants
100%.
came out absolutely nowhere.
But one of the other things about doing this as a postseason award after the postseason, no Brian Snitker.
Yeah, but I would even if the Braves didn't win the World Series this year,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it to him.
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't have given it to them if they won or lost.
Probably
Because,
not.
I mean,
I mean,
they
they-
got 100 wins.
yeah. No,
And they were in a
Kapler.
shit division. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, they were.
They won.
Kapler definitely deserves it. And then we got, last but not least, we got our MVPs in the AL. Vlad Jr., Marcus Semien, and Shohei. 2 Blue Jays made it. Also, I want to give a shout out to Semien. He's the only player in baseball in the last 3 years to be a 2-time top 3 finisher in the MVP. Semion's sneaky good. Yeah. 2013 was top 3. This year's top 3.
And he's a free agent.
And he's a free agent. I'm curious to see what his contract will look like. But it's going to be the Shohei or Vlad.
It's Shohei.
I mean, yeah, no offense to Semien, but he doesn't even have a career.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, that one's not even close. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, it's Shohei.
Yeah,
gotta be
it's
shit.
definitely.
I think even if what
I
if
wanted it to
Vlad
be
did win the
Vladdy,
Triple
but,
Crown?
at the end of
That
the
would've been
year,
fascinating.
Shohei, I mean, Shohei did nothing to show that he was not deserving of it.
Yeah, I mean the dude hit and pitched. There's
I thought he was going to fall off on one of them at one point.
No.
but
there's no better way to be more valuable to your team than what Shohei Ohtani did this year. You can't be more valuable to your team than being 2 players in one, and 2 good players that went on
I
that.
was going to say, it's one thing to be 2 players, but it's another thing to be 2 impactful.
Exactly. There's no more value you can create as a player, and the award's most valuable player, and it has to be
Prove
Shohei
me wrong. I
Ohtani.
didn't think he was going to do it the
You said he was going to win Cy Young this year. You said he wasn't going to win MVP, but he was going to win Cy Young, which is a bold prediction. I didn't see how that could happen. But.
Hey, well, that's a bold prediction, Johnny.
The NL MVP. This will be an interesting one. We got our finalists are Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis Jr.
Give it to Juan
It's going to be
Soto.
Hapa.
I think it's gonna be Hapa.
I want to give it to fucking Juan Soto.
I would love if Juan Soto was the MVP.
I would love anybody not named Bryce
It's
Harper to win.
all I know is Tatis is gonna be 3rd. It's between Soto and Harper.
Say, man, it's going to be Harper.
Yeah, it's all
That
right.
was my preseason prediction. I'm just saying
It's
it.
gonna be Harper.
That's why I said, Nick, you yelled at me in the preseason when I said Bryce Harper's win MVP this year.
And I'll yell at you when he wins it.
Which sucks because the Phillies
Suck.
are not good.
No,
They suck.
my prediction for when Bryce Harper signed his contract with the Phillies was that he was going to be a top 5 MVP finisher at least 5 times during that contract. You know, he is a very good player, and I think this is why I say he's underrated. It's because people don't think about him as one of the best players in baseball anymore, but he still
He
is.
hasn't done anything to do so.
He's been very good in his time with the Phillies. His Philly stats are good. They're not otherworldly every year,
You know,
but
we don't do this.
they're plus.
We
What?
talk about, do you think Bryce Harper will win a championship? My answer is no. I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
He's a player that's going to be really good, kind of like Mike Trout, but he's never going to be on a winning team.
I mean, he did bring a title to DC, so I'll give him that. I don't know if you see what I'm wearing today, but you know the Nationals won the 2019 World Series. What?
But we're trying to sell Brave stuff.
The Braves won the 2022 World Series, and you could buy your Braves mug right now. Nick, hold up that mug you're painting. Buy your mugs.
Buy your mugs. Custom paint job.
Buy
Ice
Big
cream
Nick.
Paint job, baby.
Only Big Nick paints him around here.
That's it.
But I mean, Bryce Harper, if he wins the MVP this year, his accolades are 2-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Star, at age 28. Pretty fucking good.
He's 28.
He's 28 now.
Yeah, younger than me. Only reason why is that little bitch was 11 when he fucking killed him.
I love That's the reason why you hate Bryce Harper.
Why? I mean, I'm a competitor. Why the fuck else would I not? Why the fuck else would I not?
Because of like who he is as a player and whatever. I like how it's just.
I mean,
he's a douchebag. He's a jackass. But I love it's just because of your childhood beef that you have with Bryce Harper.
I love it.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. But so
Some beef doesn't go away.
So in the 3 years since Bryce Harper's been on the Phillies, he's batting .281 with a .958 OPS, 83 home runs, and that's including the shortened year. He's been in his 2 full seasons at 35 home runs for the Phillies. His first year, he had 114 RBI. I know you like your counting stats. I mean, he's been very solid on the Phillies. He's been worth that contract. It's just the Phillies have not been able to put together the winning formula around him. Whether it's the bullpen.
Yeah, this is the Angels with Mike Trout as well. It's
I mean-
the same deal.
But he hates
Dude,
football.
like baseball's so stupid.
Baseball's
man.
so awful. Even though we're trying to sell baseball bat mugs.
He's gonna come in. He's gonna be so pissed at me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think
just cut that and just put it up on Instagram. And he'll be like, "What the fuck?"
So, yeah, I think Harper wins. So that's the MVP awards. Now let's talk a little bit about the offseason. And this is going to be an interesting offseason. So we actually already saw our first contract get signed yesterday. Andrew Haney signed a 1-year deal with the Dodgers. Haney was awful with the Yankees this year, but I think it's a
How
good...
can you already sign?
Since free agency started yesterday. Yeah. But we've had the qualifying offers get rejected by most players. I don't think anyone accepted the qualifying offer. Did anyone? Or maybe they have until this week to accept. Let me look.
Well, I mean, if
but
you're a free agent, you would think you'd have to.
they have... Teams made a decision. Let me check. Okay, so they have until November 17th to decide whether they want to accept their qualifying offers. And you have 14 players who got qualifying offers. Some have already rejected them. They're free agents. But like Brandon Belt might accept his qualifying offer. A couple players are expected to because it's $18 million for 1 year. That's a deal.
Shitty year. Go ahead and go sign it again.
Yeah. So the biggest thing this offseason is, will free agents sign? When will they sign? You know, what are contracts going to look like? So the CBA is up in December 2nd. And from all reports that are coming out, there at least is going to be some sort of lockout. Now, whether that's a lockout of the offseason, lockout, people don't expect it to last into the regular season, but there's going to be some sort of lockout this offseason.
Remember, whatever lockout you have, let's say that it goes into February, March, you're going to have to delay the season.
Yeah. I don't think it'll get to that point. It doesn't seem like it's going to get to that point, but from all points, it looks like there's going to be at least some sort of lockout. So that's going to delay a lot of free agency. That's going to delay a lot of teams because teams don't want, if the financial structure of baseball is different come January than it is November, teams don't want to take that risk because they don't know, like, okay, is there going to be a salary floor? There we go. I said that, right? Salary floor now. Like, do teams have to spend a certain amount of money in order to, avoid tax hits, which I would love. That needs to be implemented, a salary floor. That would be one way to fix baseball. What's the rookie's financial system going to look like? Are we still be in arbitration? Is that still going to exist? So no one really knows what baseball's going to look like a couple months. So that's going to slow down the offseason. I still think a couple guys will sign beforehand. A couple teams want to jump the market on some low-risk, high-reward players, like an Andrew Heaney type deal. But honestly, it's going to be a slow offseason. But besides that, we have a lot of... The free agent class is pretty stacked this year. So
all I can say is that Brett Gardner declined his option
Yes, he did.
with the Yankees.
Yes, he did.
So why would you prefer a salary floor again?
Just so that teams are encouraged to spend.
But what if teams are saving for some kind of new infrastructure, or they're building for the future?
They never are. The alternative is you have run out teams like the Orioles who just keep cutting costs year in and year out and just wait, because you don't see that. You don't see teams that are
Beautiful stadium.
the Camden's gorgeous, but you don't see teams currently that are trying to like rebuild in the way. Teams that are rebuilding, like the Orioles, have nothing. They trade away everyone. They're cheap, and they just keep playing baseball and they keep making money. They're not trying for anything. They're running out a shitty product for their fans with no name players. You have Trey Mancini and Cedric Mullins, and then a bunch of who's. And John Means. But I'm sure they're going to trade Mancini this offseason because he's about to get expensive. They'll probably move Means this offseason because why the fuck not? And they'll just be Cedric Mullins. So having a salary floor will encourage guys like to sign guys, like, free agents who, might not be that great, but, at least our name value. And, like, when I was a Nats fan back in 08 and 09, when they were really, really terrible, 100 lost teams, they at least signed players who I've heard of. Like, they signed, like, guys like Elijah Dukes, Lasting Millage, Paul LaDuca. They put out a team of players, unlike this Orioles team that's putting out, like, scrubs and no one. So I think it just encouraged teams to spend a little bit more and actually put out a product that might be a little bit better. And you won't see, like, teams that just, like, are fully punting. Like, two teams that are going to start punting right now are the A's and the Reds. They're going through a fire sale. I don't know if you saw this last week with Wade Miley. Wade Miley had a 3.37 ERA this year, got put on waivers, and they cut him because they didn't want to pay his $10 billion contract, which is a steal with $10 million for a guy with a 3.37 ERA last year.
Fucking a lot better than Garrett Richards at $10 million for the Red Sox.
Yep.
That fucking blew up in their face.
Yes, it did. So, and then they'll probably move, like, they already moved Tucker Barnhart. They'll probably move Jesse Winker. They'll probably move, like, Suarez has no value anymore. Neither does Moustakas. They're in a tough place, the Reds.
And Nick Castellanos declined his option.
So the Reds are going to be bad again. The A's are trying to trade everyone. Matt Olson's apparently going to be on the move this offseason. So maybe to the Sox. That'd be a good fit. Matt Olson.
Got a bad friend. The Red Sox ain't going to spend no money.
He wouldn't cost much. He'd be a trade. I think that would actually make a lot of sense for the Red Sox to get a guy like Olson. Big lefty first baseman for the A's. It's really. I'm a big Matt Olson guy.
With Schwarber.
What?
Why would they need another first baseman?
Red Sox?
They have 2 first basemen.
Well, Bobby Dahlbeck's not going to be their future.
Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber's a free agent.
He declined his option too.
He's a free agent.
Oh, really?
And they'll probably, Schwarber probably look for a left field deal.
He definitely was on a deal, but it was his option to go on
Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah, he wants a multi-year deal somewhere else. He might come back to the Sox, but they need a.
I don't know.
I don't think they will.
The Sox just going to cut all their.
I think the Nats might try to go get him again. He really liked his time with the Nats, and the Nats really liked him there too. Who knows what the Nats will do? That's a whole other conversation. So, the A's, Matt Chapman, I can see getting moved. They're going to sell everyone. Minaya might get moved. Luis Castillo from the Reds might get moved. So yeah, they're going to be a fire sales there.
Here's the thing: if everybody's a fire sale, who the hell's a buyer?
The Dodgers. That's how it works. Everyone goes to the Dodgers. Whenever a team is selling, all the players go to the Dodgers. That's why they're these super teams now. Is because you have all these teams making trades.
Team didn't win it this year.
Exactly. They don't guaranteed wins, but Miss Sneeze.
They've only won one last year.
Yo.
One World Series, and it was a Mickey Mouse World Series.
Yep. Suck it, Dodgers. So those two teams will be fire sales, but there'll be new teams that are coming out of the woodwork. Like I think the Tigers will be aggressive this offseason.
Well, the Correa's like,
Tied to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you go to Detroit?
You don't want to go to
AJ Hinch?
Detroit?
What the hell
8
would
Mile?
you go to Detroit? What place to fucking stop?
Yeah.
He'll probably be like one of the highest paid players ever. He'll get
Well, Miguel Cabrera.
what?
Miguel Cabrera.
His
Tigers?
contract?
Is
No,
he-
I'm saying Correa.
Oh.
When he gets a contract, if he goes there, he might get one of those.
So he's projected 10 years, 320 million.
Yeah.
So let's go through a couple of the players. Let's make predictions. Where do you think they're going to end up? All right, we'll start with Correa. I think Detroit makes a lot of sense. That's where a lot of rumors are tying him to.
I like the Yankees.
You like the Yankees? I think the Yankees get someone else.
Seager.
Yeah, I think the Yankees get Seager.
They'll get Corey Seager. I think
That's a perfect fit.
yeah.
But Correa, he has ties with AJ Hinch. It's a culture that's trying to start turning the tides. They have Casey Mize, who looked pretty solid last year. Spencer Torkelton, what a ridiculous name, but he'll be up probably this year. They have prospects. They're starting to matriculate. They're still pretty far away, but getting a guy like Correa definitely moves up the needle a bit for you if you're the Tigers. So I think the Tigers can get him.
You literally go there for the money. You're not going there to win.
I think they could win in a few years. Like, look at when Machado went to the Padres, and then they started doing better. Like, when Machado went to the Padres, you're like, oh, well, who knows what they'll be. And then it jump starts your on the fast track to getting better.
Yeah, but they
So-
got worse this year.
Yes, it did.
They're also going to get Clevenger back next year.
Yeah, they'll get Clevenger
They're gonna get
back.
some guys next year.
Yeah, they'll be better. So,
Yeah, fix
now
it
where do you think Correa goes?
I don't think he goes to Detroit or the Yankees.
Yeah.
I think he's going to find a different spot.
Phillies have been tied to him a little bit. They need a shortstop.
There's another head kid. That's all it is. Another
I think that would be good, though, for them.
Just
I
lean
think
into it.
Harper needs to be surrounded by superstars because I think it elevates.
No,
They don't need a shortstop.
They're going to move Bogart to second.
That would be awful.
That
That would happen. Awful. The Red Sox aren't even going to spend the money. They're not going to. I mean, I'd go fucking ballistic if I got Correa.
What would you do?
Oh, I'd tell you if they're winning the World Series.
Would you? Hands down, they're winning the World Series. They got no pitching, though.
They're beyond no done.
they're not done.
They're not done. They're not done. 1 year they're done, and then they're not done. Healthy Chris Sale back, let's go.
All right.
I mean, I would love them to get him, but that. I don't even think he'd want to come here, even if they gave him the money.
He'll go wherever the money is. He'd go to New York. He'd come here. Next, we got Corey Seager. I think the Yankees are an absolute layup for him. They need left-handed bats. They need a shortstop. Seager fits both of those. He'll sandwich him in between Stanton and Judge. You got Gallo after that. That's a pretty deep left-right combo.
Just don't even play Gallo.
Yeah.
Isn't he a free agent anyway?
No.
He won Gold Glove. Did they not watch the last 2 weeks of the season? I think that should have just made him not even be able to qualify for Gold Glove. He just fucking sucks.
Nick, where do you think Seager goes? He's definitely done in L.A. They got Turner as his replacement. Trey Turner doesn't want to play second base anymore, so they'll put him back at short.
Houston Astros.
Ooh, you think they get Seager? Wow, that's interesting. Nut, any predictions?
I think he goes to the Yankees.
Yankees. Freddie Freeman, he's a free agent this offseason.
Resign with the Braves.
Yeah, no shot.
Back to the Braves.
He's
See you
not
later.
going anywhere.
Locked in for life. He's going to be a Derek Jeter.
You hope so. I hope so. I love Freddie Freeman. I think he deserves to stay on the Braves forever.
What reasons would he have to leave?
He doesn't have any reasons to leave. The Braves might not spend money. Braves are run by a hedge fund, and they don't like spending money on free agents, and they never have. They did sign Marcelo Ozuna, and that blew up in their face.
I mean, to their.
Yeah.
How the hell are you supposed to know this guy's going to fucking
Yeah.
piece of shit?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But who knows what the Braves are going to do?
They did sign him once.
They did sign him once, but he'll get a bigger contract.
He'll get a bigger one than the one he's coming off.
Coming off a World Series, and 2 years ago was the MVP. I think he's age 32, so they haven't
He's not
projected.
going to get the years.
This MLB Trade Rumors hasn't projected 6 years, 180. Play him till he's 38.
And the years don't actually sound that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They also have a report that another team that could possibly in the mix for him would be the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox would be much better off signing Freeman than they would Correa and Will.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not here to debate that. I'm just telling you Correa's coming.
Yeah. Is he coming with Daisuke and Kenny Chesney? You're never living that down, Will. Never living that down. All right, next we got Chris Bryant.
I think he might go to the Phillies.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
I mean,
Vegas boys.
He's boys with Harper. I think they need a third baseman bad.
Well, they got Baum. Baum's, I
I think they'll move Baum to short.
Yeah,
he
they could
played
do that.
short in college.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I like Phillies.
I think Philly's not a bad choice either. This website has him going to the Mariners. That'd be interesting. See, I think Seattle might make some moves this offseason. I think they saw how close they were to a playoff spot. They did trade their closer. But he was a free agent. They got a third baseman, actually, for him. But Bryant could play anywhere. He could play outfield. I would love if the Nats made a push for him. They need a third baseman. It would speed up their timeline of rebuild a lot. Who knows? He hasn't decided yet. But he's a first baseman now and a bench player.
He was retired.
He hasn't decided yet.
I thought he made it blatantly obvious he was done.
So he did the whole shebang with coming out and waving to the crowd and everything because in case he decides to retire, but he hasn't made his official announcement yet that he's retiring. The Nats said if he wants to come back, we have a 1 year, $1 million contract for you waiting.
1 year, $1 million.
Yeah.
You're gonna go back for $1 million.
That's what he did last year. I mean, he's a bench player now.
it's double league average.
Yeah.
Or league minimum. I mean.
He doesn't need the money. We gave him a lot of money throughout his career. But he would do it just, he's a bench player. That's kind of what. So he has a standing offer to come back if he wants to. But I'd love.
$1 million. Why not? $1 million is peanuts.
Yeah. So who knows? I don't think the Nats will get him. I kind of like this Mariners bet. I don't know. I think he'll go. Where am I saying? Yeah, I'm just gotta make a prediction.
I like
Gotta make a prediction.
the Phillies.
Kind of like the Phillies too. I'm gonna go Blue Jays. I think they replace Simeon, or they don't even need to replace Simeon. They can put Brian in left. I think they're gonna go all in on offense. In Toronto.
They got Dombrowski there. They're gonna spend money.
Phillies? Yeah.
Dombrowski's there. He's not gonna fucking never does.
I think the Phillies have it and I'm not just being biased. I think they have a legitimate shot.
Are you a bigger can we get this on the record? Are you a bigger Phillies fan or Red Sox fan?
Red Sox, 1,000%. I grew up a Red Sox fan. But
So if the Red Sox play the Phillies next year in the World Series, who are you rooting for?
the Red Sox.
I have a question though. When you grew up in Philly, the Phillies were incredibly good.
Yeah.
Why did you?
Well, they were good in 2008.
Yeah.
In
But
2009.
like your childhood, when you were younger, like your
My
formative years.
dad was from Boston. My mom grew up in Philadelphia.
Gotcha.
So naturally, I was a Red Sox fan. But in terms of like football, my dad liked the Seahawks because he lived in Seattle for a while. So I never really had a football team. We watched the Eagles because it was the local channel. So I just grew up an Eagles fan.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Better than the football team.
we beat
Yeah, you
the
did.
Pats, baby. That's all
Yes, you
that
did.
counts.
All right.
Philly.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Hey, where's that guy now? The reason you won all those is because of that guy. He no longer here.
All right, we'll do a couple more
Here
players.
for 20 years, 21 years to be exact.
We'll do. I'll give you guys 3 more players, and we'll move on. We got Marcus Semien, guy we were talking about before. Now, this is a guy the Red Sox could go after. They want to
This is
spend.
the guy I want the Red Sox to get, but they won't do it because they got Heim blown. And he's a cheap fuck.
I think it's be a perfect fit for the Red Sox. If they're willing to spend, this is the guy I'm spending money for.
Why they don't want to spend money? That doesn't make
I don't know.
sense to me. You know the Yankees are gonna fucking respond this offseason. You have to keep.
Yeah, I want the Yankees to get Simeon.
Yeah, they
You
won't.
know what?
They have Gleyber second. I don't think they're moving on.
Go with that. They're gonna sign him. They're gonna sign Simeon. I think the Yankees are not gonna sign 1, but 2 major superstars.
Ooh.
I think fucking Steinbrenner's pissed. He wants to win. Here you go. Want to win? You gotta spend money.
That's
I
true.
don't know why these people think you can avoid spending money. You can't avoid it. You gotta get the big time players.
Especially when you got all these guys on the market and you, in
Gotta-
desperation.
You might not like it. Tough fucking shit. You want to win.
Yeah.
That's why I respect the fuck out of the Dodgers. They're gonna spend the money. They want to win.
Yeah.
You can call them divas. You can call them whatever you want. They spend money,
And
and that's what's exciting.
last one we'll talk about Max Scherzer.
He's
So
got-
Max Scherzer actually,
He's re-signed with the Dodgers.
I think he is too. I think Kershaw's gone.
100%. They didn't even give him a qualifying offer. What does
No,
that tell you?
I think his arm's cooked. I think that's what it tells
I think
me.
he's retiring.
He could retire.
I think he's retired. I think he's got nothing left.
I think he's cooked. They haven't projected at 3 years, 120 actually on the site. $40 million a year. I'd give him that.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna win.
Coming off a Cy Young, I mean, how can you get any better than getting the Cy Young winner? I mean, man, this Max Scherzer's so goddamn cool, man. I love him. Love Max Scherzer. But yeah, all right,
See.
we'll see. That's MLB free agent predictions. Yay! All right, that's enough baseball talk.
Cool. All right, moving right along. Big Nick, grab your pillow out. We're going to talk a little bit NBA talk.
We'll do very brief. I
gotta be fair to it. It's the season.
It's
we
the season.
do have to talk about Ben Simmons, though.
Yeah,
heard
some rumors.
Oh
Are
my
these
fucking
true?
word. Dante! Dante! Get your ass down here!
So the rumor is the Boston Celtics.
I'm telling you something right now. I don't watch the Celtics nearly as much as you do. Okay. But if they fucking trade Jaylen Brown for Ben Simmons, I am blowing up TD guard.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Yo.
Good thing I'm editing this video. All right, where are we? Am I on camera?
I am blowing it up.
I'm not.
Hold on.
Fine. Let's go. I'm ready. I'll just take
You want a mic?
I'll take a mic. All right.
Oh no. Hold on. We're tangled.
We're tangled. What the fuck is going on? What's going on here?
Tangled. There we
Got
go.
it? All
We're
right.
good.
So, yes, there was a report that came out yesterday. There was a whole article from The Athletic talking about situation with the Sixers. Ben Simmons, he's seeing a mental health therapist provided by the Sixers now. He didn't want to do that, but now he is.
That's because he keeps getting fined.
Because he keeps getting fined. They updated the fines for him. I'm pretty sure they fined him like over $500K again, which is ridiculous. But one of the reports in the article was the Celtics have had interest in him, at least seeing what his value is. But there is someone within the Celtics organization, they didn't say who, that said that this report is very fabricated. Like,
I don't see it.
Listen, if I'm the Sixers, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, you do that, you don't even think about doing something like that. The Celtics, absolutely not.
Brad Stevens should be fired if he did.
Jaylen Brown right now is the Celtics' best player. He is. Like, he just is right now.
What is he, top 10 in scoring?
Jaylen
right
Brown,
now?
he's up there in a ton of
Yeah.
a ton of statistical categories. He's just having a really good year, and even then, like, you get rid of someone like that, you bring Ben Simmons in. Like, Ben Simmons would work on this team with Jalen and Jason, I think. Like, those three together would be really good. I'd be willing to put together a package to get him that doesn't involve trading one of your star players, but if
Put
it means,
Dennis Schroeder in that.
Let me ask you this: would you do it for him, for Marcus Smart, maybe another guy?
I would trade Marcus Smart and Robert Williams for Ben Simmons. I would, because I think that makes you better. You still have Al Horford at center. You have Dennis Schroeder, Jalen, Jason, Ben Simmons, and Horford. That's a really good defensive lineup. That's like lineup that could take you decently far in the playoffs, because you have Ben Simmons. The thing with Ben Simmons is, and what has failed him, is he has had to be one of the top offensive options on the Sixers. If he comes to Boston, he doesn't have to worry about taking any shots. He doesn't have to worry about shooting the ball, nothing. He just has to worry about playing defense, getting guys open shots, being a good playmaker, which he is a very good playmaker. That's the only way that I'd want Ben Simmons in Boston. They're not trading Jalen. Don't listen to that noise. That's just.
I don't know.
I think that's the Sixers GM.
like
you know what that
I
is
would
too.
lose all respect.
You know
for
what that
Boston
is
Celtics.
too. I think that's the Sixers GM trying to up his value a little bit, saying like, "Oh, hey, people are kind of interested. Like, get him quick before we get rid of him." But
People are interested.
Yeah.
After these months of people not being interested.
yeah, I saw this one tweet. It was like there was like this fake like trade offer or something that was like Jalen, Marcus Smart, and Robert Williams for Ben Simmons, and they were like, Daryl Morey calls this Celtics, and Brad Stevens like, hey, or Brad calls him, and he's like, hey, just checking in on the guy that hasn't played for months, hasn't shown up, doesn't want to play. Like, what's the trade value there? Yeah, we want Jalen. Hangs up immediately. Like you don't even entertain that trade offer.
Well,
But
I was thinking if the Russell Westbrook doesn't work out.
Westbrook for Simmons, that was the other thing I was saying. If it doesn't, if the Lakers don't look good at the trade deadline, I think Russell Westbrook could be out.
He's the one guy you get rid of.
You don't get rid of Davis. You don't get rid of Davis or anyone else. Russell Westbrook's
Davis is your future.
yeah, exactly. And Russell Westbrook's the odd man out. They did it. We were talking about it yesterday in Cleveland a few years ago when they had like D Wade, Derrick Rose, all those guys at the trade deadline. When it wasn't working, they got rid of everyone, literally everyone. And I'm sure they wouldn't have an issue doing that again. But
I don't think Russ goes to Philly though.
that would be an.
that
Dude,
would
why don't they
destroy the
just do the?
chemistry.
Why don't they just get John Wall at this point, dude?
No, I want out.
The Sixers need to cut the shit and just trade Ben Simmons for John Wall and get this thing over with. That's the only thing I see happening, really. But
Free John Wall.
Free John Wall. All right. Don't
That's
worry,
it.
Nick.
All right,
Just
sorry,
saying.
I get-
Fucking ridiculous. I'm not nowhere near as a Celtics fan like you, but I'm telling you right
Nick.
now, if they fucking get him, all hell's gonna be
If that
paid.
trade-
You can edit all your shit you want, but I'm telling you right now, all hell's gonna break loose. And I ain't the only Bostonian fucking thinking about it.
Nick, I would have a hard time getting myself to watch Celtics games if we traded Brown for Simmons.
I would actually be pissed at you for watching games.
I probably would be too. I'd want you to be pissed at me.
Thanks, Dante.
And then one more basketball thing I want to talk about is Steph Curry. Dropped 50 last night.
MVP.
He's Warriors are 9-1.
Start.
Warriors are 9-1. On
He's
a team
MVP.
without Clay still, without James Wiseman. Jordan Poole's look good, but I mean, this guy, he's gonna. He's
Also,
he's gotta
Andrew
be favored.
Wiggins has revived himself.
Yeah.
When they get Clay, they should be the NBA favorites to win it all.
They could
should
be. It's weird because there's no clear-cut favorite this year.
Well, I'm saying coming out of the West, they should be the favorites when Klay Thompson, and if he stays healthy,
I mean, who knows what Clay will look like when he gets back? Dude hasn't played in 2 years.
He could take games and games and games.
But if he comes back the way his career has been,
Yeah, if he can come back and be the same player he used to be, but that's after an ACL and Achilles injury. Like those are two massive
Also,
leg
2 years
injuries.
out of the NBA. That's
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Last time he played in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard was on the Raptors. Like
and Kevin Durant was on the
Kevin Durant
Warriors.
was on the Warriors. What else was true? Russell Westbrook was on the Thunder. On the
LeBron was on the Cavs. Or no,
LeBron was on the Heat.
no, he's on the. Oh, that was his first year with the
That was
Lakers.
Yeah. Westbrook was still he was on the Rockets that year. No, he was actually I don't remember.
He was on
But-
any.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a different league now. It's a different league since Clay's been out. So we'll see. But yeah, Steph's been look great this year. Yeah.
He's the MVP.
All right. That's
right.
basketball.
Okay.
We have a very interesting topic. Big Nick, you'll love this one. SpaceX toilet is apparently broken. And so these astronauts are going to be returning to Earth. And their toilet's broken, so they have to wear diapers.
Hey, we're up in space. I got a shit.
So they're wearing diapers on the way down.
That'd be Big Mike. Hey, Big Mike, you got a shit? You gotta go back down to Earth.
Get the baggie. All that money in your toilet breaks.
Did someone like clog it or something? Is that what happened?
No, I guess it just said.
I saw this like leaking or
Ew.
something like in the space
So
station.
here's the thing, right? If you take a shit in a toilet in space, no.
Does anyone hear you
Go on.
scream?
Is it sitting in the spaceship?
Floating.
Sitting in the toilet?
Just turd floating up.
Or do you open up the thing and just have gravity take it out of the fucking
Yeah.
spaceship?
Have you heard the shitsicle story?
No.
It's like
Want
it's
to know the shitsicle story?
yeah, so I guess it's a true story in Texas. Some guy was sitting in his house, and there was a plane flying over, and
God no.
there was a leak or something when someone took a shit up in the plane. The shit froze instantly, dropped all the way down, crashed through this man's house, and killed him.
What a way to go out.
You serious?
That's what the basis of the story is, and it's called the shitsicle. Killed this man, hit him right in the head. A frozen shit.
That is not. If Mike was here, he would say, "What an awful way to go out."
All right. Well, we have
Mike, we
some.
hope you're doing all right.
Yeah,
Terry,
we hope
Oh.
Mike's doing all right. We have some more unfortunate news for the Raiders. They cut their 2020 first-round pick, cornerback Damon Arnett, after video with death threats surfaced.
Yeah, he was waving around his gun at people.
Did you see that gun he had?
So,
Yeah, huge.
The Raiders are just a mess right now.
That draft class is the worst draft class ever.
Yeah. 2 first-round picks, they're both out of the team.
That you traded Khalil Mack for.
Yep.
Hey, blow in your face.
And not only is not only those draft picks gone, but the guy who made that trade is gone too. Like, what an awful organization, man. I'll tell you what, man. They're fucked.
Yeah, I love to see
All right,
it, though. I hate the
uh,
Raiders.
We have a potential boxing match. Could actually happen that Deron Williams versus Deron Williams versus Frank Gore.
Yes.
Big Nick, would you stay up to watch this?
Absolutely not.
Frank Gore. The only thing Frank Gore has been fighting is Father Time, but now it looks like he's going to fight Deron Williams. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you laughed at that.
Frank Gore's a big dude.
Too soon. I mean,
Like, this is just getting ridiculous.
why does everyone want to box these days?
Because you get a lot of money from it.
It's quick money.
You guys want Big Nick? Who would you box if you could box any celebrity?
Ooh.
Any celebrity, man.
Yep, you could choose any celebrity.
Justin Bieber want to fucking knock the crap out of him.
You want to box Justin Bieber?
Knock
Why the
fuck-
Biebs?
Fucking get him in the
No, who would you box if you could box any celebrity?
Oh man. Not a big fan of Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to get in a ring with that guy all sweaty.
You could take. He's a fucking twig.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to be in a ring with him, associated with him at all.
Jordan, you got an answer?
I don't
Not
know.
thinks.
That's a good question. Who would I want to box?
Who do I want to box? Me versus Jonah Hill. Just for supremacy of who gets the looks. I'd fight Jonah Hill. If he did sing double.
I think I'd fight Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I just hate Matt Damon. His face, his movies. He just looks like a douche.
He does look like a douche.
Made a lot of good movies.
No, you should fight Dustin Poirier.
You'd just be fighting in the mirror.
Exactly. That's why I said Jonah Hill.
If we're gonna fight people in the mirror, according to our fucking viewers, they gotta fight Adam Sandler.
You could take Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah, you could take Adam Sandler. Yeah.
That's a trout, bitch.
That's a technical foul. You got any answer?
Yeah, let me think about this for a second.
Ryan, who would you fight if you could fight any celebrity? Ooh. Just fighting the cast of The Departed,
I bet
sounds like.
DiCaprio's pretty scrappy.
See, he's playing, you guys, Jim Jones?
Yeah, the cult leader.
He's going to play him in a new movie.
He looks exactly like
He does
him.
look a lot like him. I was looking at it, I was like, that tracks. I think he'll do really well in that role.
Who's directing it?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But that sounds like an interesting movie. Jim Jones is a fascinating figure.
See that video of DiCaprio with Jeff Bezos' wife?
No.
Like they were at some charity event or something, and Jeff Bezos' like new wife or girlfriend was all over DiCaprio with Jeff Bezos just watching.
Nice.
I think I'd probably would have want to box Stephen Colbert.
Colbert?
Yeah.
Not a fan of him?
I used to think he was really funny back on the Colbert Show, and now I just can't stand him.
Yeah, I can't stand him either now either. I'd box Jeff Bezos. I think I've changed my mind. I'd box Jeff Bezos.
Oh, I'd fight Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but he's a robot. He won't go down.
Yeah, he'll probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike would probably go with. Who would Mike go with?
Mike would have probably a list.
A list of people he hates, yeah.
His rookie.
Jury duty.
All right, Big Nick, we got two more topics, both of which you'll really enjoy. First one is Vin Diesel wants The Rock to return.
No fucking shit, because he made the movies, dumbass. What a fucking idiot.
You think Vin Diesel's an idiot? I mean, let's be honest. He's only in one really good movie, and it's Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I can't name
I can't name it. I mean,
Triple
Riddick-
X.
Riddick is okay.
Yeah.
Triple X.
Oh,
yeah,
he's Groot.
Yeah, but that's just him saying, I am Groot. It's not much.
Yeah, that's huge, man. It's hard to say I'm
All
good.
right, give me some more details on this, would you please?
Well, this has been like
He's
a
also the
10-year
Iron Giant.
feud, right?
He is the Iron Giant. He's very good at voicing characters that have very few lines and just kind of grunt. That's his forte.
Give me some more info on this. Why does he now want him back?
Because it's the final, right? The last couple
So what
of
is
movies.
it? It's gonna be Toretto, John Cena, and The Rock versus Venus, Uranus, and fucking Pluto in space.
Nick, you didn't
These
like the
guys
last
don't
one,
get
did
along
you?
very well.
No, Nick didn't like the last one. Oh my God. It's
Huge
so
disappointment.
cute.
I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't great to my expectations.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have a bounce back.
Maybe. Took you a while to see it.
So I could have waited longer.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So, Vin Diesel wrote on his Twitter, in quote, "My little brother Dwayne, ... The time,
Oh my God.
yeah, that's how he starts
yeah,
off the
that's a tough
apology.
start.
Little brother.
The time has come. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There's not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes. But the time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo. I swore that we would...
Pablo.
I guess that's probably Paul.
Yeah, Paul Walker.
I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale that is 10. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle You have a very important role to play. Hobbs can't be played by no other. I hope that you rise to the occasion and fulfill your destiny.
Has the Rock responded to this yet?
I don't think so.
What's their beef about? Just because they're the same
They're
person?
just both alphas.
Yeah.
man.
They're two muscular dudes.
They're probably roided off their.
Yeah. My little brother.
Yeah.
They're also well roided off their bodies. Anyways, last topic. AMC will start selling popcorn at standalone kiosks.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the
Did
idea.
you just buy movie theater popcorn?
That's the only thing I buy when I go to see a movie.
So where are they
popcorn.
selling these?
I don't know. I didn't see where they would, but I think they're just having like little popcorn stations.
Are you a big popcorn guy, Big Nick?
I love popcorn. I always want to buy it at Market Basket because they sell them like by the massive bag of popcorn.
That popcorn's really good.
Yeah. Ugh. I gotta get popcorn today.
Do you put extra butter in your popcorn?
That's one thing I don't do.
I don't do any butter on my popcorn usually.
Nope.
I'm not a big butter guy. It's too greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your fingers to get all greasy.
Yeah.
Shit.
I like the when they have like the flavor enhancers, like the powdered stuff. I like putting that shit on. The white cheddar. Oh, white cheddar popcorn is so good. Big popcorn fan. All right, should we do some trivia?
All right, let's do some trivia. Yeah, closing on out.
All right, I'll give you the trivia question that I gave upstairs, the first one. All right, your question is, actually, no, I'll save that one because you're gonna look at that later, and they'll be like, oh, I wonder what song it is, or whatever. All right. What movie starring Al Jolson is generally considered to be the first talking picture? You're not gonna get this one. I don't know why I asked it.
Next.
I'll
Al
skip it.
Jolson.
Yeah.
The first talking.
Yep, the first talkie.
What's? No. I got no.
No. It's the jazz singer.
Nope.
Red Stripe is a popular beer brand that originates from what country?
Jamaica.
Yep.
Hooray, beer.
How would you know that? You don't drink.
I don't, but the guy who sang it all the time was Jamaican. Hooray,
Here's your
beer.
next question. The Buffalo Bills went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls from 1990 to 1994. They lost all of them. Can you name the teams that they beat, that they lost to?
Dallas Cowboys.
It's one of them.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Twice.
They lost to the Cowboys twice, so
So
that,
that technically is only two more then.
The
two
Pittsburgh
more.
Steelers.
Nope, the Steelers are in the conference.
Oh wait, what the? Well, what years?
90 and 91 are the ones you're missing.
90 to 91.
91, 92, I guess that counts because like 91 season, 92 season.
Okay.
Like what happened? Yeah. You got one of the teams.
So NFC. 49ers.
Nope.
Damn.
One of the Super Bowls is very famous because they lost on a field goal to end, like a game-losing field goal. And then the other one is they got smoked.
You got 85 players. That's not-
Nope.
You just say the Bears.
Not
yeah,
the
I was like
Bears.
thinking out loud. It wasn't like an actual guess.
Why am I blanking on NFL? I don't even know NFC teams. I already said the Packers. Why can't I think of any NFL teams right now? Where's the NFC? Said the. Oh, they lose to the Giants.
Yep.
So we got one more.
One more.
The Redskins.
Yep.
So they lost every team in the NFC
Except
East.
the Eagles. Yep.
Except the Eagles.
All right, I'll give you two more questions. In the mid-1990s, there were over 2 million of these public devices throughout the United States. In 2004, the number was down to 1.3 million, and only about 100,000 currently remain.
Pagers.
What is this device? Not pagers.
Well, repeat that question again, please.
In the mid-90s, there were over 2 million of these public devices throughout the United States. In 2004, the number was down to 1.3 million, and only about 100,000 currently remain. What is this
Payphone.
device? Yep. Nick's killing it today. And last one. Who has won 20 Grand Slam singles in tennis, the most in male tennis history?
Roger Federer.
Yep.
I was gonna say Nadal, but yeah.
Yep.
It was either Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic.
Yeah. You want one more?
Yeah.
Give us one more.
All right. in which sport would you find the teams, the Pumas, the Wallabies, and the All Blacks?
Oh, rugby.
Ah, dang it.
That's Trivia Tuesday.
Well,
We killed it.
Yep.
we were a little over time. Big Nick,
All right.
take us out.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. And we will be back here tomorrow with the debut of the Pentagon.
Patreon. Go subscribe to Patreon. Go check us out there. Check us out on podcast if you don't want to make the jump to Patreon if you're still thinking about it. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast if you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast or go on Patreon and watch us there.
That's a fucking wrap.